Welcome to Wilderness Cooking. I'm Tavakkul, and here in the mountain-kissed village of Gamervan, time isn't measured by the clock, but by the crackle of firewood and the rhythm of the seasons. Come, let's begin another chapter. In the heart of this rustic village where traditions simmer in clay pots and old secrets are kept in spice jars, we're taking on a bold and mouth-watering mission: huge fried beef ribs. Here they are, colossal cuts of beef ribs, marbled with just enough fat to promise flavor in every bite. We salt them like our ancestors did, generously and with reverence. Into the hot oil they go, the sizzle rising like applause from the pan. If the fire in your belly is lit and your heart beats for bold, traditional flavors, subscribe and join us. Each week, we journey deeper into the heart of the village kitchen, where every dish tells a story, and every story feeds the soul. I start by trimming the beef ribs, just cleaning them up a bit, removing extra fat or sinew. Then I bring in something special: lamb tail fat. I add it because it gives an incredible depth of flavor. When it cooks, it melts down and mixes with the beef juices. That's what makes the ribs tender and rich without needing much else. Before we go further, if you're enjoying these videos and want to support what I do, check out our shop. Every little bit helps me keep filming, cooking, and sharing these recipes with you. Thanks to everyone who's already a part of this journey. Now I'm cutting the ribs into individual pieces. These are big cuts, thick, meaty, with a good amount of fat. You need a sharp knife and a bit of time. I always try to follow the bone and let the meat guide me. This way, each rib cooks evenly and looks good on the plate. This dish reminds me of when I was a kid. On special days, my uncles would fry ribs outside over an open fire. We'd all wait around, hungry and excited. The smell of meat and smoke filled the air. That memory stuck with me, and it's what gave me the idea to cook it this way again. I slice up the lamb tail fat and add it in. It melts down beautifully and helps the ribs cook without drying out. Plus, it adds a kind of rich, savory flavor that you just can't get from oil or butter. It also helps create a crispy outside and a juicy inside. In Azerbaijani cooking, lamb tail fat is used a lot. It's something we've always had in the kitchen, especially in traditional dishes. My mother and grandmother always cooked with it. It adds flavor and helps carry the spices and herbs through the food. Historically, lamb tail fat was really important, especially for people living in the mountains or moving with their herds. It kept well, gave energy, and was used for cooking almost everything. Even today, many traditional recipes still call for it. It's part of our food culture, passed down from generation to generation. Let's lay these marbled beef ribs gently onto the pan, where a golden pool of lamb fat already begins to dance. As it melts, the fat sings its own lullaby, centuries of pastoral tradition bubbling in each droplet. The ribs meet the surface with a hiss, a greeting, a promise of flavor forged in fire. Just listen. That sizzle, that crackling serenade, it's more than sound. It's the anthem of anticipation. For someone who's waited the whole day, worked the land, breathed the smoke of the hearth, this is music. A melody composed not with instruments, but with meat and flame. Now, into the same pan, let's tumble in some potatoes, thick cut, rustic. They hit the heat with a thud and a whisper, soaking up the lamb's essence, their edges destined for a crisp embrace, their hearts staying soft like a lullaby at dusk. Eggplants, tomatoes, peppers, the holy trio of garden summer. They will sizzle in unison, their colors deepening like stained glass under sun. Each one lends its soul to the skillet. The eggplant's smokiness, the tomato's sweet sigh, the pepper's bold bite. Now I'm thinking. A swirl of butter whipped with garlic, creamy and pungent, earthy and rich. We'll stir it until it's a soft cloud scented with memory. It's not just butter, it's the heart of the meal, a silken bridge between every bold note we've just built. A few sprigs of rosemary thrown in like poetry. Black peppercorns, whole and proud, crackling in the heat. They don't just season, they tell a story. One of mountain slopes, of old wooden spice boxes, of hands that know exactly when to stop. With the butter now soft and fragrant, we spread it lovingly over the beef ribs, each groove and fold catching a hint of garlic and herb. It's not just flavor, it's a seal, a promise. Then, wrapped in baking paper like a letter to the fire, each rib is tucked into its parchment envelope. One by one, we swaddle the ribs again, this time in foil, a double armor. This recipe, they say, was born in the highlands, where shepherds wrapped meat in leaves and earth to slow roast beneath the coals while they worked. Today, our foil is the modern leaf, holding centuries of technique within its crinkle. And where else to cook it but in the tandoor? That earthen womb of fire glowing from within like the belly of a volcano. We lower every fiber.